Welcome, noble strategists, to a world where valor and cunning forge the path to glory. This is Hastilude, where knights are the heroes of the land, earning honor through acts of chivalry, heeding the call of the king, and displaying their fighting prowess in combat tournaments. Hastilude is a worker placement and resource management game in which you are the master of your domain, commanding diligent workers and valiant knights. Your goal is to gather resources, acquire mighty armaments, claim victory in jousting tournaments, all while heeding the orders of the king and venturing on quests when needed. Hastilude includes a king's ransom of components such as workers, knights, card decks, resource cubes, and a large professionally illustrated game board. At the start of each game, each player's fiefdom begins with 5 workers, a level 1 knight, as well as a varying amount of resources depending on your starting position. Each worker under your command has the primary task of gathering 3 basic resources, stone, wood, and leather, and 2 advanced resources, copper and iron. These resources are the very foundation of your burgeoning domain. The more workers you send to a resource section, the more resources your workers can gather. Let's visit the tannery and see this in action. Using the resource matrix, when yellow's first worker enters the tannery, he receives 1 leather. Orange enters the tannery on his turn, going to the next available slot, and his worker also gets 1 leather. Yellow sends a second worker to the tannery during this round, but this worker gets 2 leather for a total of 3. With resources in hand, your workers head to the forges where blacksmiths await. There, you'll turn your resources into weapons, shields, and armor for the knights in your fiefdom. Depending on the level of weapon, sword, or armor you're wanting, you will need more and varying resources. Perhaps you want a level 2 sword. Send a worker to the forge with 3 stone and 1 iron and it is yours. Beware though. You will not be allowed to enter the forging areas if you do not possess the necessary resources to craft. Short on resources? Worry not, my lord. A trip to the market where resources and gold are available for purchase and sale can help out in a pinch. Follow the market matrix to see what is available and at what cost. Feel like your workers are spread too thin? Have a little extra gold? Send someone into the realm to hire up to 5 additional workers to help you gather more resources. And for each new worker you hire, you'll gain some victory points. Well worth the cost, don't you think? Your workers will do more than just gather resources. They can also find quests and take king's orders and work with your knights to complete them. For Green to complete this order, he needs a knight with a strength of 6 and 2 each of wood and leather, as well as 1 iron. Green's rewards for this order is 5 gold and 1 king's favor. As for the quests, they require a little more work, but the reward is greater. Blue's quest requires a level 5 knight and a level 3 weapon. When he completes it, Blue gets 4 victory points as reward. You can save up to 2 orders and 2 quests in your realm until you're able to complete them. And perhaps one of the most important roles is taking the oath and training to become a knight. It will only cost you a little gold, then a few days without them until they rejoin your forces as a knight. But it can be well worth the investment. Your knights play a pivotal role in Hastilude. They enter many martial tournaments, heed the call of the king, and venture out on quests, all in the name of bringing glory and gold to your lands, and winning the king's favor. The most beloved martial tournament of this king is the Hastilude, or the Joust. Only your bravest knights will enter the joust, aiming to outmatch their opponents, gain gold, and score victory points in the pursuit of honor and glory. Depending on the level of your knight, you may enter them in 3 tournaments. However, only one of your knights can participate in each of the 3 tournament levels per round. When your knight enters a tournament, all knights in that tournament compete against the same opponent, which is determined by the tournament matrix. In this tournament, Orange has entered a level 2 knight, and yellow has entered a level 1 knight. Use the tournament matrix to determine their opponent's strength. In this tournament, it will be between 2 and 8. To determine your knight's strength, equip him with any level sword, shield, and armor, and add the levels together. Orange's knight is level 2, and he has a level 1 sword and level 1 shield he can equip him with, for a total strength of 4. Yellow's knight is level 1, and he is only equipped with a level 1 sword for a total strength of 2. Using the level 1 to 2 card deck, shuffle and draw who the opponent is. Oh, it's one of the newer members of the King's Court, Sir Alaric of Stonegate. He's got a strength of 3. Orange, with his knight's total strength of 4, wins his Hastilude. Congratulations, Orange. You receive 1 gold and 2 victory points. Alas, Yellow's knight, with a strength of 2, has lost. Worry not though, brave Yellow Knight. You have earned 1 king's favor for your valiant effort. When not participating in the Hastilude tournament, your knights can turn in their orders or quests and reap the rewards. Your knights can also defend the king's realm from invading hordes and rival kingdoms by joining the king's army. They will also be paid 1 gold for their steel and bravery. Upon the final round's end, you will finish tallying up all of your victory points from the array of good deeds, fulfilled quests and orders, as well as any tournament victories. The player with the most victory points at the end of the game is crowned the winner. This video only covers the very basics of Hastilude. To get a full understanding of this amazingly nuanced game, it is by the King's decree that you read the rulebook in its entirety.